Good morning. Thank you for watching this video. Today I want to share with us what pre-order is. What exactly is pre-order? I want us to look at how does it work, right? Not just for our customers now. Anyone can watch this video. It's meant for anyone and everyone, especially when if you are thinking of going into the importation business and you're not sure whether it is worth it, whether it is not, you're not sure whether you should do it or not. You are considering maybe what if you lose your money, what if things go south, what if things goes north. I want to show us what pre-order is and how it works exactly. This is going to be a very clear class. You're going to hear the actual truth about pre-order, and with this, I am certain that you should either start your pre-order business or not start your pre-order business. Shall we begin? God help us. Now, this is a table of content, how it works. Is it profitable? What is shipping fees? How is it calculated? Is it truly worth it? Is product truly worth it? How do I start? And my own conclusion. So let's get into it. How does pre-order works? Pre-order is simply buying products from another nation in order to get those items cheaper or to pay for an item before it is produced. So pre-order is basically buying products from another nation. That is the most basic definition. Buying goods from another nation or buying products, before they are produced. So let's say I want to produce 500 bags, right? And somebody wants to buy 1,000 pieces from me, but I want to produce 500 pieces. Another person say, okay, pay for the bags. I produce the ones you want and ship to you. That is pre-order. Or pre-order is also buying something from a place, right? So that you can get it at a cheaper rate. Then it is now shipped to you. You ordered, you paid before you received the item, right? And that's what many of us even do. Literally, you do it even in the market. Even though you are seeing the item you want to buy, you first pay, then you get. It's also pre-order, just that the time range is within seconds. You see it now. So you pay first, then you get the item. So that is what pre-order is. It is something we do every day. When you buy from Jumia, you have actually done pre-order, right? What you just did is you paid to Jumia to help you get the item. Jumia delivered the item to you after you paid for it. So pre-order works like that. You are buying from another nation. Just that now you're buying from another nation, all right? Then after you purchase from another nation, the product is then shipped to you after you have paid for the item. Is that okay now? Now, it's a working business method, even if you're not an wholesaler. One of the things that people have lied about is that if you're not buying in 500 pieces, 1,000 pieces, you should not do importation. It's actually false, very false, very false. The reason this is false is that even if you buy in 10,000 quantities, you are charged in the same ratio. What I mean by that is, I study mathematics, right? What I mean by that is there is no reduction on the cost of shipment, whether you buy 100 or 5. They are applicable across all boards. So let's say I bought 10 blenders and you bought 100 blenders. When you cut down the cost of shipment for 100 blenders, right, and you break it into 10 units, so it is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, you would get the exact value of that cost for bringing in 100 blenders. For that, you get the cost of buying 10 blenders at the rate of getting 10 blenders. That is, you will not be charged um 500,000 because you bought 10 blenders. If the cost of shipping 100 blenders is 50,000, the cost of shipping 10 blenders would be 5,000. Not more than that, not less than that. So the quantity you are buying does not really count when it comes to shipping fees. So whether you are an wholesaler or a retailer, it works for you too. The only lie we are told is, though you are told or you have been seeing online, is don't go into it if you're not buying large MOQ. The ratio of difference, I said it here, the Chinese trust available to the average national client sells their products at an MOQ of 1. I didn't have that, at an MOQ of 1, When you buy 500 pieces of such item, the volume of difference is barely up to $0.02. That is, if you are buying 10 bags and I'm buying 500 bags, the difference between our transaction might not be more than 3,000 naira, which is still basic and simple. You are beginning to see that it is not that you can't buy in large quantity or you can't buy in small quantity. Whichever quantity you buy in, it works. So it's a business method that works for even the average retailer. You are just buying two blenders. It is the same thing you would pay if you had ordered 200. If you are going to ship two blenders for 4,000, when you buy 200 blenders, you multiply it by 2,000 naira for each. That is 400,000. There is no there is no magic about it. There is no simple oh, it is not like that. If you buy 500, they don't give discount at the port. They don't. Now, the reason some of the products that, okay, now let's even take one more thing. I added a side note here that China sells quality, Africans prefer fake. Now, the reasons why some of these people will tell you not to go into it and all of that is because they have the option of customizing the boards. I don't want us to go into so many in-depth information about this, but let me just share this with you. One of the things that Africans do is they go to a Chinese manufacturer that sells, let's say, Stanley cups, and they tell them they want a similar product like Stanley cup, but it should not be the exact quality of Stanley cup. So they want it to be a little bit of plastic with little of insulations, not so many insulations, just something small and simple that they can sell for 4,000 naira. And they produce for about 600, 800 per one, right? Then they buy it in like 10,000 pieces and bring it into the country and dilute the market. You see it now. China sells quality. Africans can go there, even you can go there to customize the product. So you can go there to say, oh, I want to customize this particular item. I don't want it to look like this. I don't want it to be like this. I don't want this kind of quality. You see it now. So when you buy from China, even if you are buying three pieces of clothes, it is profitable. Even if you're not an wholesaler. Are you seeing it now? I want us to understand this. That it is not just for wholesalers. That lie has expired. It's not just for wholesalers. Even if you're a retailer, even if you're a retailer, are we following now? What is shipping fees? When you buy from an online store in Nigeria, we want to look at what shipping fees is. Let's read the note. When you buy from an online store in Nigeria, one of the things they ask you to pay is the delivery fees, right? They will tell you, oh, to bring this item from Kafansha to Kaduna, you are paying 2,000 naira, right? Then that is just your delivery fee between states, between locations within the country. When you buy from China or other countries, it's just like you are paying the delivery fees to bring in that product from that country into your own country. You see it now. Shipping fee is delivery fee you pay to bring in goods from a particular country to your own nation. Are we following? Now we have several parts of shipping fees. We have the freight fees, we have the packaging fees, we have the shipping fees, we have the custom clearance, we have the pickup fees. Shipping fee is not just one fee. It consists of several other fees. Several fees makes up shipping fees, right? Now the freight fee is the cost of shipping the items from the manufacturer you bought it from to your warehouse in China or to your address in China. That's the freight fee. Packaging fee is the fees that you are charged for consolidation. For example, after you buy goods, you buy from 40, 50, 60, 70 suppliers. Those items need to be consolidated. They need to be packed together. Are you seeing now? So when you buy like that, all the items you've purchased are going to be packed together. When they have been packed together, you can now begin to they will now charge you for packaging, right? Then shipping fees is the freight fee to bring the goods from wherever it is in China down to your country. If you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, you're in Botswana, you're in Cameroon, it's just the fees you are charged to bring the goods from wherever it is in China down to your nation. Custom clearance is the fees your custom duties charge. So you can be charged custom duties at the port. You brought in 50 of this and this and this and this and this. Custom duty is this price. That is charged by your own nation. All right. Pickup fees. If you're seeing a pickup agent, right, in China, I mean in Nigeria, you don't want to go pick up yourself. They can tell you, okay, we'll pick up for you. You pay them a little penny and you get your goods. So all these things are what makes up one shipping fees. Are you following now? Now, shipping fees is not dependent on the price you purchased an item. For example, if you bought a table for 40,000 naira, it does not mean that your shipping fees would be 5,000 naira. If you bought an item for 500,000 naira, it does not mean that your shipping fees would be 15,000 or 200,000 naira. You can buy a diamond ring of 2 million naira and your shipping fee is just 14,000 naira. Similarly, you can buy a table of 40,000 naira, but because that table is big and large, you can pay a shipping fee of 187,000 on that table. Shipping fee is not proportional to the cost of the item you purchased. Are you seeing now? It is not proportional to the cost of the item you purchased. The price you bought the item does not determine the shipping fees for the item. If you paid a very high price for a particular item, you are expected to pay the fees that is either based on the weight of that item or on the space that item occupies in the container. Are we following now? Now we have two major types of shipping and they have two major differences. We have air shipping, we have sea shipping, and the difference between the both of them is time and price. We have air shipping, we have sea shipping. But the major difference between these two types of shipping is the time of delivery and the cost of it. Let us look at air shipping. When you ship items by air, you are charged the fees of shipment based on the weight of the goods you ordered, not on the price. You know how I said something that your shipping fee is not dependent on the cost. You can buy a blender for 6,700 and pay shipping fees of 13,500 for that blender. It is not based on the cost of the product. It is based on either the weight of the product or the space the product occupies in the container. So when you buy items by air from China, you will be charged the fees of shipment based on the weight of the goods you ordered. If you bought a table of 30,000 naira and that table weighs 10 kg, your shipping fee will be about 150,000 naira. That is your standard shipping fee. About 150. You see that the price we bought that table does not really count. Let's look at let's look at the first the differences now. We have time. Air shipping takes about 7 to 14 days to get to Nigeria. So it is fast and it is quick. Price, it is very expensive and totally unnecessary. I really do not advise anyone to import goods and ship them by air. I don't advise it. I don't. I said if it is an urgent, like probably drugs, or that is medicine. That is actual prescribed drugs now, not prescribed drugs for treating diseases. Right. That is one. Or or you are buying a ring for your wedding, right? You can ship those ones by air, but you are buying 40 blenders. There's no reason, you should not have any reason putting those items on air shipping. It is totally unnecessary. For business, no, don't. If you are doing business, don't even use it. Even if you're a retailer, do not ship by air. For event, yes, if you want to buy a wedding ring, it is the best. Pickup fees, they are cheaper because usually people don't really ship large volume of goods with air shipping. So pickup fees can be about 2,000, 3,000 naira depending on who you are working with. Let's look at sea shipping. When you ship items by sea from China, you will be charged the fees of shipment based on the space your goods occupies. Based on the space your goods occupies. Based on the space your goods occupies. So you can buy a gold bar that weighs about 40 kilograms, that is not as big as that's not as big as a I'm trying to look for something that we can as a UPS system. You can buy a gold bar worth about $40,000. That's up to 40 kg. That is not as big as the gold as a UPS system. Those inverters, blue gate inverters, it's not as big as that. Even if that gold bar is worth $40,000, you will not pay more than 15,000 naira for the shipping fees because it is based on the space the item occupies. Are you seeing it now? If you bought a carton of water bottles for 50,000 naira and it weighs 25 kilograms, your shipping fee would be about 187,500 and it weighs 25 kilograms. If you compare to what we have here, that weighs 10 kg, compare 10 kilograms to 25 kilograms, you see that the fees are far apart. You see now. Now, these water bottles, a carton of water bottles will be about 150 pieces of water bottles, and you are paying 107,000 naira for shipping fees. Now, this price is not consistent. This is just an example. I'm trying to explain. I'm just trying to give us a add value of what it can cost. I'm just trying to show you here now that your water bottle would occupy more space than a gold bar. That's why you are paying more. You see it now. Time is that time for shipping, it takes 45 to 90 days. Price, it is cheap, very cheap and best for business. For business, always use C. For event, yes, if you want to buy souvenirs for an event, I made a vocabulary mistake there. Not even vocabulary. This is a I don't know what mistake we call this one now. Is it grammatical error? Typographical error, yes, typographical error. It's supposed to be event. If you are buying souvenirs for an event, pickup fees more, yes, because sea shipments are usually larger. So you can be bringing about 300 kg of goods. They want to, say, oh, pay us 15,000, pay us 20,000 naira for pickup. You see it now. Let us calculate. Let us just calculate. Let us see how much it actually costs. Shipping fees is very basic to calculate and it is very simple to understand. The volume of kg of goods, kg, is equal to the CBM when it is divided by 100. Kg is kilogram, CBM is cubic meters, right? The volume of 100 kg is usually equals to 1 CBM, and it is not always consistent, but at least it is always correct for at least 85% of the time. So 100 kg would be equals to 1 CBM. 1,000 kg is equals to 10 CBM. It works and is the most basic way to calculate shipping fees. Let us see what air shipping costs. Air shipping costs about $8.5 per kg, depending on the shipping company you are using. You can be using companies that might charge 8.7, some might charge $9, some might charge $10, some might charge $15, depending on the company you are using. But the most basic rates that we have now, one most of them agree on, is $8.5 per kilogram. And it costs 950 naira for custom clearance for each kilogram. That is, air shipping cost 8.5 kg per kilo, and it costs you 950 naira to clear each kilo. So if you have 100 kilogram, what you are paying for custom clearance is 95,000 naira. Yes, yes, 95,000 naira. Let us assume you ordered 100 kg of goods. How much will you pay? 100 kg of goods will cost us $8.5 per kg times 100, which equals to $850, right? Now, when we convert $150 to naira, because the exchange rate of naira currently is about I think it's about 1,670 naira. So when we convert $850 to naira, we have 1,419,500 plus custom clearance, which is 95,000. Total fees for shipping by air 100 kg would cost us 1,514,000 naira when we ship 100 kg by air. This is also subject to exchange rate. If dollar rate drops, it becomes cheaper. If dollar rate increases, it becomes more expensive. Do we understand that? This is subject to dollar rate, changes in dollar rate, increment, and all of that. Sea shipping cost $335 per CBM, right? Now, if we ship 100 kg of goods, well, when we divide by 100, we would have 1 CBM. To calculate fees for sea shipping, the same 100 kg, when we multiply by 1,670, our total shipping fees will be 559,450. Compare 559,450 to 1,514,000. The same volume of goods, different method of shipping. This is cheaper. Sea shipping is cheaper. At the end of the day, with custom and every other thing, we can pay about 670,000 naira for 100 kg of goods, which is also subject to change, but this is cheaper than this. 100 kg on air, 1.5 million, 100 kg on sea, 670,000 naira. So we always advise customers to use sea shipping. Are we following now? Is importation worth it? Is it worth it? Everyone that sells to you in Nigeria, everybody you know that owns a store, either buys the products from a direct Chinese importer, or a supplier that buys from a supplier that buys from a supplier that buys from a supplier that imports, or a person that buys from a direct importer, or a supplier that buys from 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 that buys from someone that imports. Everything that is sold in your nation, about 80% of them is imported. If it is not profitable, they will not import it. You must come to terms with the fact that you are the only one in the dark. It is everybody that sells to you imports, apart from food. Some volume of your food is even imported, down to your gas cylinders and even your gas cookers and your gas burners. They are all imported. If it does not profit them, they would not import it. They won't do it. Some days ago, I imported a makeup table for 30,000 naira. It's about 23,000 naira from China. I imported this makeup table from China, and I closed about, I think it's about 40,000 naira. That made it 63,000 naira to clear that makeup table. When I asked a carpenter, someone that makes furniture, that I want to make this thing, he said I'm going to pay about 160,000 naira for that same table. And it's not going to be the same quality. It's not going to be as good as what I imported. Everybody that sells to you, everyone that you think you buy from, everyone that you do business with, everyone that sells to you imports it. Come to terms with that fact. Let it be that you know that everyone that sells to you imports those items. They are direct importers. All of them are either importing or they are buying from someone that imports. Come to terms with the fact that what you buy is imported, either imported in carton, so they can be assembled in the country, or imported in whole and sold in the country. Come to terms. If it is not profitable, they would have stopped importing. Importation is what every dime you spend on it. It is what every dime you spend on it. So how do you start if you want to start? Create a WhatsApp group. Add your friends, add your family members to your WhatsApp group. Send your group link to as many people as you can. Let them know you are doing an importation business now. Find a direct supplier that can buy a direct China supplier, or learn importation. You can find a direct China supplier that can be showing you these items, and you can be posting in your own WhatsApp group. Then you sell. We as a company, we offer this too, because we are direct China. We are direct China suppliers. We are also direct China manufacturers. We produce our own blenders. So we as a company can also offer you this service. We can be your direct China supplier, right? Or learn importation. You can pay someone to teach you how to import products from China. We also offer these courses. Sell at cheap prices. The idea behind pre-order is to sell the items cheaper. So if you are doing a pre-order business, the idea is, okay, I should be able to sell this one, two, three, four, five, six items at a cheaper price to make life easy for my customers or for my clients. That is why you are doing pre-order, right? Then state the structure of selling an engagement. Explain to them, oh, we are doing air shipping, this is the cost. Oh, we are doing sea shipping, this is the cost. Oh, this is how it works. So show it to them, let them see it. All right. Then deliver their items and do it over and over and over and over and over again. Pre-order is worth every sweat. Importing product is worth every time you invest in it. If it is not profiting, the people that sell to you in Nigeria will not import. Come to terms with this fact today. Know this and know peace. Do we understand this now? Conclusion. My conclusion is to you is this. Except if you you want to ignore this truth, right? It is easier to know how to fish than to buy fish. I mean, it is harder to know how to fish than to buy fish. But it's more profiting to know how to fish than to buy fish. It is harder to know how to learn how to catch fish. It is harder. The work and the labor is hard. But it's more profiting to know how to catch fish than to buy fish. It is more profiting to be the importer than to buy from importers. It's more profiting to be the importer than to buy from importers. With this, I can say I've come to the end of this class with you. Thank you for watching this video. We'll keep making more videos like this to always share with you our experience, share with you what you need to know as you begin to build your desire in engaging yourself with importation and exportations. Thank you. I'm going to end the video now. By God, we should make more videos as God will help us. See you in the next video. Bye bye.